It's time to unbox Funkoverse Universal Monsters. This is a 4-pack expansion to the Funkoverse, and this is the first pack that has been done entirely in black and white to be right on theme with those classic Universal monsters. Getting into the packaging here, we have all of our components all bundled up real nicely. With these 4-packs, we typically get 2 full-size game maps. So we have a full-size map on one side, a full-size map on the other side, 2 scenarios each. This is the Dracula's Castle. Again, all black and white. Pretty open map with just some walls. Here we're gonna get the bride out and take a look at her. The bride, she is in a white gown, so no feet to worry about with her. We have the Invisible Man, and the Invisible Man, this is the non-chase version. The chase version is translucent. Excited to see that at some point. We have the creature from the Black Lagoon, and he has got a lot of detail. Really nice looking pop there. And of course we have Dracula. Everybody knows Dracula. One thing I like to do with these is take a peek at the footholes. Most of the characters have the foothole in the left foot, and on rare occasions it'll be on the right foot. So just something that I look for. Go ahead and get the base stands out here and put them all in the left foot of all these characters. Move some things around here, get a little more organized. And let's look at these cooldown tracks. Black and white. Got the artwork on the back here. Dracula and the Bride featured prominently there. And then for Dracula's Castle here we have flags. And we have control. Okay. We'll flip over and we'll take a look at the other map here. Is Frankenstein's lab. But let's look at the Invisible Man real quick. So the Invisible Man has Strangle, which is a challenge 3. Roll 1 extra die when targeting a knockdown character. Sneaking, move 2. Give Invisible Man the Sneaking status card. Reign of Terror, move 2. Push an adjacent rival 2 squares. And his trait is Elusive Trickster. Rivals can only see the Invisible Man while they are adjacent to him. So some creative abilities there to make him, feel invisible in the game. So here's his status card: Sneaking. At the start of Invisible Man's turn, if no rivals can see him, he may do an action. After the Invisible Man rallies or does an action, discard this card. So he has a little bit of a bonus action here if nobody can see him, if he has this card. Let's take a look here at Dracula. Dracula has the Blood is the Life. Stand Dracula up or shift him off your cooldown track. Dracula may use this ability while knocked down or on the cooldown track. He has a blood dice here. Let's find that real quick. There it is. This is the first kind of translucent die that we've seen in the Funkoverse. It has one side with 3 successes, and the other sides are all 1 success for an attack. So he's an attacker with that die. He also has Mesmerize. Pull a rival Dracula can see 2 squares, do a basic challenge, and as Sanguinate, I think I said that right. Challenge 5. Reduce the cost of this ability by 2 when targeting a knockdown character. His trait is the Bloody Terror of Transylvania. Dracula has +1 defense while the blood token is on your cooldown track. I'll have to find that in a moment. When Dracula does a challenge, you may shift the blood token down 1 to add the blood die to the roll. If you don't, place the blood token on the 3 of your cooldown track. Next, we have the Bride. The Bride has Grave Robbing. Do an interact action. Give the Bride of Frankenstein a Bride status card. Move 1. She's alive. Challenge 3. If you win, give the Bride of Frankenstein a Bride status card. Her trait is Made Me From Dead. The Bride of Frankenstein gains the traits and abilities printed on Bride status cards she has been given. When the Bride of Frankenstein is given the 4th Bride status card, shift 2 ability tokens off your cooldown track. So you don't want to forget about that if you're able to get that 4th card. She hears. Stand the Bride of Frankenstein up. The Bride of Frankenstein can do this while knocked down. She breathes. Do a challenge 3 to each rival within 2 squares. She walks. Move 3. Do a basic challenge. And then she sees. The Bride of Frankenstein can assist allies and interact with things she can see within 2 squares. So once you get all these Bride status cards, you could put those together in a sort of a landscape portrait view of the Bride. Sort of, giving the sense that that you're building the Bride, or you have a choice to build the Bride as you're playing with her. So very cool. Something we've never seen. We've never seen anything like this before on any characters in the Funkoverse today. And last but not least, the creature. The creature has Slashing Claws, Challenge 3, Challenge 2 to a different rival, Abduct, choose an adjacent character, move 1, place that character in an adjacent square. Aquatic Ambush, place a tunnel token in a square within 2 squares, move 1, do a basic challenge. And its trait is Forbidden Depths. At the start of the creature's turn, you may place a tunnel token in its square. When it moves, squares with tunnels are considered adjacent to other squares with tunnels within 5 squares. Rivals may interact with tunnels to discard them. Let's see if I can find those real quick. We do have the blood token here. I'll show you that real quick since I came across that. We'll put that with Dracula. And then here are those tunnel tokens. Pretty large. They have a dark side and a light side. They appear to be the same size as companion. The tokens that we have for companions. It's a little bigger than some of the other large tokens we see attached to characters. We have in this pack 2 basic characters. If this is maybe your first pack and you need to play with these basic characters, that's always an option. Here's a look at the shovel. Who do I want to give this to? Let's maybe give it to Dracula. Maybe that makes the most sense. So the shovel is a challenge 4. If you win, shift a character, token, or marker on your cooldown track down 2. And it's gonna go on the 3 of the cooldown track. Take a look here at the other attachment that comes in this pack, the fishing net. I think we all know that this one goes with the creature, at least thematically. And it is a range 3, challenge 2, and pull the target 2 squares. This one's gonna go on the 2 of the cooldown track. We'll put the items here on display on the side. Feature Dracula with his blood token here. Let's take a look at these point crystals. We have like a matte gray, not see-through, so giving you that idea that you're in this black and white world of Universal monsters. First time we've seen this color. And in Frankenstein's lab we have Scrimmage, so we don't see that one very often. And we have leaders. We see leaders a lot. It's nice to have another Scrimmage map. This map is slightly smaller than your typical full-size game map. For the frequently asked questions, some of the things here that stand out to me anyway. How does the creature's abduct work with tunnels? If the creature abducts through a tunnel, it can take an adjacent character with it all the way to the other side. Can the creature move through multiple tunnels in a movement? Yes, it's possible to move tunnels consecutively. With the right tunnel placement, the creature can get across the map in a single turn. How does Invisible Man's elusive trickster trait work? Rivals who are not adjacent to him cannot use ranged attacks like the fishing net against him, and cannot choose him for abilities like Mesmerize that require that the user can see the target. Can I use the blood die when the token is not on the cooldown track? No. Dracula must use a challenge to get it on the cooldown track before he can shift it down to use the blood die. If the blood token is already on the cooldown track, can I still place it on the 3? Yes. You do not have to wait until the blood token is off the cooldown track to place it on the 3. And just taking a quick peek here at the glossary, I don't think that there has been any other updates made here that I can tell right off the bat. So this has been the unboxing of Funkoverse Universal Monsters, the latest addition to the Funkoverse.